Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be using my Genius charger since my repair mode video has been so popular and full of rude comments. Figured I'd make another one, and this time we're going to be using it on a battery that is actually in really good shape. So what I'm planning on doing here is I'm going to check the water on this battery. Got my little battery filler, some steam distilled water, and so I'm going to go through making sure the battery's topped off with water. I'm going to load test the battery and run the repair mode on it, which if you watch the other video, you know I don't feel like this repair mode really does any repairing, and of course, it even states in the instruction manual that not all batteries can be repaired, but what I feel like this repair mode would really be good for is to reverse stratification. And stratification is kind of like the cells being imbalanced. And so just to kind of put that through the test, I'm going to, like I said, top off all the cells with water. It's already been, you know, NOCO says you're supposed to charge battery before using the repair mode, so it's already charged up. And we're going to run the repair mode on it, and we're going to kind of test the before and after cold cranking amps with this Schumacher load tester. So let me, first thing I got to do is disconnect the battery from the car, because that repair mode puts out like 16 volts, and that can severely damage the electronics in the car. So gonna get that thing disconnected, and then we'll go through filling up the water and get this thing going on the repair mode. Alright, I got it disconnected. I got the caps off of there, and you know, you guys gotta stay safe when you're working with batteries. I got my gloves on, got my safety glasses on. You know, just notice the picture of the battery exploding in the guy's face. You know, keep that in mind. These things are dangerous. Always be aware of that. So I just used a long flathead screwdriver. Pry these caps up. Wipe the top off with just a paper towel. And on my car, both of the connections to the battery were 1/2 inch. So see if this will turn out on the camera, but looks like the water levels they're pretty close to where they need to be, but they do need to be topped off. A couple of them are just a little low, so I'm going to use that steam distilled water, top up all these cells, and then we'll do a load test. Wow, that one actually took quite a bit of water. Didn't look like it was that low. This thing's actually a pretty handy tool. I'll leave a link to this thing in the description for you if you're interested in purchasing it. Well, I have to say, Looks can be deceiving because these cells are actually taking more water than I thought they would. That's good. Get them topped up here. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Going to get this cleaned off, snap the caps back on, and we'll do a load test. Alright, got all the cells topped off. Got my huge spill cleaned up. I'm just going to place these caps on top. I'm not actually going to snap them down, because I want to actually have these open for using the repair mode. So, pretty much ready for a load test. This battery is from September of 2013. So the cold cranking amps on this battery is 610. So you can see we've got open circuit voltage of 12.8. Got the SLI setting, SAE, 610 cold cranking. So we're at 687. $676. So we're somewhere around, 680, which is very healthy. So now next thing we're going to do, going to make the connections to the NOCO here. And just to give you a shot of this. The cell's filled up there. So if you look inside of these cells, you can see that it's like a little line where it's open. So you want the water touching the bottom of that. These are almost like, think of a drum inside of that hole with the bottom cut out of it. You want the water to come up to the bottom of that drum opening. So you don't fill them all the way to the top, you just get it up to that edge. So we got that. I'm going to just place these covers on top because this should, it's going to gas out being at 16 volts. So, coming over to the NOCO here. Let's get this going. Okay. So, got to hold down the button. And then, oops, gotta keep pushing it. Now I gotta hold it down again. So holding it down is what brings it over here. One more push, now we're on the repair mode. So the instructions say it should only take 4 hours. And of course I had a bunch of people telling me that I did it wrong, that when I tested it on the other battery, I didn't let it go long enough, blah blah blah. It's like, well, you have to consider this battery is gassing out. So you're just literally releasing explosive hydrogen gas. So I'm not really keen on the idea of letting this thing sit for like 12 hours just gassing out my garage. So, I mean, in my opinion, if it takes more than 4 hours, it's probably not, there's a bigger problem than what this thing can fix. So that's kind of why I did that one that way. So I'm going to time this for 4 hours. I mean, maybe I'll come in here every hour and check on it. I highly doubt it's going to take this thing 4 hours to do whatever it's going to do. And actually, let me get a little, see if we can do a voltmeter reading on this. Alright, so it's already up to 15. It's like it's pulsing. Alright, so it's pretty calm in there. It's probably going to take a few minutes to get going. So, like I said, I'm just going to let this sit. I'm going to leave these caps kind of propped up so it can gas out. Try to keep them on top of the openings though, because it's might make a mess if I just leave the caps up completely away from the holes. So, yeah, I'm going to set the timer. We'll come back in an hour and check up on this thing. Okay, here doing the 1 hour checkup, still going. Got some bubbling action going on here. When I checked it with the voltmeter, it's kind of jumping between like 1580 and 1620 or 1630. Of course, it's not going to focus. Alright, so looks like all the cells are popping, everything's bubbling. So I'm going to set my timer for another hour. Come back and check up on it again. Alright guys, we're 2 hours into this. Still going. Still got some vigorous bubbling going on. So, give it another hour. 3 hours into this. Still going. And set the timer for another hour. Alright, back here, it's been 4 hours. It's on standby mode. No bubbles. All right. All right, I'm gonna put the meter on here. It's 1335. So let's disconnect the charger. Caps are snapped back on there. Okay, let's hit it with a load test. $644. Wow. It's actually lower. Still testing good. But 640 is lower than what we're at, 687 and 76, somewhere around there. Yeah, 643. Well, I guess the real deciding factor is just going to be, you know, how the car starts and all that too. Kind of shocked, man. This isn't, the NOCO repair mode's not going too well. I can't wait for all the comments. They're going to be great. Oh, blah, 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 you did it wrong. Oh, you probably don't even know how to charge batteries. So, let me get this, battery hooked back up here, see how this thing starts, which probably gonna be pretty funky because knocked down the computer. So I don't know, I should probably drive it for a while and see how it starts, but I'll do a cold start, we'll see what happens. Alright, well, while I got the connections apart, just gonna clean up the battery and the cables real quick. Whenever you use a tool like this, always twist it clockwise. It's the way these brushes are, they're orientated to be turned clockwise. Do the same thing with the cables. 14.7. So yeah, I think I'm going to, you know, do like an update video on this, because the car was starting kind of weird last couple times I drove it. So it'll be interesting to see if that repair mode changes the way it starts or anything. But yeah, kind of interesting results. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave your comments. Tell me what you think about it. And I'll put links to all the products I used in this video, so if you're interested in those products, go ahead and check the description.